Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Before we begin with anything, remember, I'm grateful for you, love each and every one of you. Yeah, truly grateful. Today we have another reaction. This one to a mangrove pit viper. Two separate clips. After I show them and discuss some things, I'm going to bring out some snakes to show you. So stay tuned for that. Love y'all. Subscribe if you're new. Let's get to it. Sound good? Now in these clips, I don't think I'll have to pause. I think I can show them all without worry of copyright, but we'll see. So typically I have to pause and give commentary to transform the media for fair use in order to avoid copyright strike. But like I said, I don't think it'll be the case with this one. We'll see. Before I even start this clip, wow, this dude's super cute. Now they can be purple. This one has kind of a purplish color to it. Some brownish, some black. Now the black ones are awesome looking. And these guys have a reputation of being defensive. All right, let's go back and watch that again. Black. Now the black ones are awesome looking. And these guys are awesome looking. And these guys. So what I was saying is this snake, this species, the mangrove pit viper, has a reputation for being highly defensive. Even though they have this reputation, there's some individuals that are very laid back. This one lives up to that reputation, even since it was a little tiny baby. I'll show you clips after of this one as a baby acting defensive, super cute, falls over after it strikes. But you saw that touch, that turn, and then strike. Now vipers, they can do that really quick. That turn and then strike can be very, very fast. Now what I want to talk about after, especially after showing both clips, is the angle, camera angle. Because it looks a lot closer than it is. I did jump. Some days, you know, you're more on edge, more jumpy, just more likely to react. This day, very jumpy. But yeah. Such a beautiful snake. There's some snakes that I consider untouchable or unhandleable. Handleable. This one is one of those. I don't know why at that moment I decided to try to touch it, but it reacted. Now there are some things I do, especially with snakes I've never worked with, that I approach using. Maybe I'll describe this after. But there are ways that I do it that if they do react, there's something between me and the snake that gives me a chance to at least move my hand away. I'll talk about that after. Hopefully I don't forget. But let's move on to the next clip. So here's the next clip. Short clip. You see the mouth's already open. This is the same snake. Same individual snake. But let's check it out. Did you see that? Alright, so again with the camera angle. Looks very close, right? So with Instagram, it has to be vertical video. I filmed a video on YouTube about the mangrove pit viper, so it's horizontal. So to get clips like this, I gotta zoom in. Now it looks even closer. But let's talk about this clip. Reality is, this type of stuff is what brings in the views, brings in followers, subscribers, the dramatic stuff, having them strike. But in the caption, I explained that right before this clip starts, I moved my head slightly. Since it was locked onto me, I knew that it would strike if I moved my head just a tiny bit like this. That's what caused the strike. So even though I have used clips like this, not many times, I explain what's actually going on. Looks like it struck out of nowhere, but it was a slight head movement. But I have tons of clips like this that would be great for clickbait, for bringing in views, but I don't use them, and when I do, I try to explain what's actually going on. But yeah, this one filmed horizontal, zoomed in for Instagram. And the thing, like I mentioned, the reality is I triggered the bite. Even though the snake's highly defensive and will strike, I triggered it. But let's talk about a few things. Let me show you the clips I mentioned earlier about this one as a little baby striking and falling over. Super cute. And why I still consider this snake defensive. Even though it strikes, it will strike without hesitation. Even though both of these clips show that it struck due to me. First one from me touching it, this one from me moving. This snake will strike appearingly out of nowhere, but it's still defensive. Why is that? So it's the reason it's still defensive. The snake's not going to pursue you and strike for no reason. It'll even do other things, like some of the snakes here in North America, shaking their tail. Even though they don't have a rattle, when it's in the leaf litter and stuff, it makes a sound. All of this stuff is to scare away potential predator. So here's a clip of it doing just that. You see the tail shaking? Now I'd wanted to get this one, I didn't want the strike. I wanted to get video of it actually shaking the tail, but it's so hard to get that, especially up close because of the striking. But yeah, this is another little clip, but to show the defensive behavior. Now let's check out this one as a tiny baby striking and falling over. Then I'll bring out some snakes and talk about some other things. Now this is a very old clip. Bad quality, but you'll still be able to see it. How cute is that? You see it fall over, then get right back up and open its mouth. Look how tough I am. How cute. This snake is so adorable. But let's bring out some snakes. Let's talk about some things. Now before I even bring a snake out, just remember I'm a professional. Don't attempt anything you see or try anything you hear. Period. A lot of the stuff I work with is very calm. Even the snakes that are calm with me might not react the same with you. So just don't try anything. Alright, just watch, enjoy, and that's it. Look at the size of this variable bush viper. 5 feet long. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. Angles. So a lot of the stuff, I'm holding like this, talking to the camera. It's on selfie mode. I look a lot closer to the snake than it is. The snakes sometimes even look much bigger, like it just did, due to the camera angle. So those strikes, even though I wasn't within strike range, it looks like it. Especially like I mentioned about adjusting the video for either Instagram or YouTube, depending on how I filmed it, makes it even closer because I had to zoom in. But you see, look how far it is from me compared to how it looks right here. So that's something called forced perspective. So a lot of pictures and stuff where you see on news articles or Facebook post saying 18-foot long rattlesnake, and they're always holding it out like this. It's called forced perspective. So that's the first thing I want to go over. The perspective, especially of my videos, because I'm filming alone, holding it out always, it's going to look a lot closer. So in those two clips, looks much closer than it is. But look how beautiful this dragon is. Variable bush viper. Now, just because I mentioned it earlier in this video, I'm going to show what I do. Remember, don't attempt anything you see. So what I do with a new snake I've never worked with, is I put half of their body over something and then touch. If they react to the touch, at least there's a little barrier that if they turn, it gives me, even if it's a second head start to move my hand, still better than just touching it without a barrier, because they can whip around if they want to without the head turn first. Like I was mentioning with the Mangrove pit viper, how it turned its head and then struck. They can just strike without doing that. So I prefer to have something in place that if they do react, I can have a little head start on moving my hand. That being said, don't attempt that. Now we'll talk about this hook really quick. I always wanted to try that, holding it out. I didn't have it all the way out, just a little bit. But this is something that my boss made because we do relocation calls sometimes. A lot of times it's black rat snake. They can climb. If they're up in a tree and we're unable to get it, or in a place we can't get to, the chance of the person killing it, it's not something we want. So we want to increase the odds that we're able to get it and relocate it so the snake survives. Hopefully people listen to, our talk while we're there, talking about the importance of snakes and why they are there in the first place, that hopefully they don't kill any future snakes, but the off chance they do, this will help us get those snakes that are impossible to reach. The next snake is Urshi, the beautiful baby copperhead. So like the Mangrove pit viper, the copperhead is a pit viper. The variable bush viper I just had out is not a pit viper. They don't have pits. They're true vipers. True vipers, pit vipers. So in North America, or in the Americas in general, they're going to all be pit vipers. In Asia, pit vipers. And then in Eurasia and Africa, true vipers. How awesome and how cute is this tiny snake? Baby saw scale vipers. And now you see why I keep this snake low to the ground, or at least with something there. He falls off the hook easy. He's not the best at staying on the hook. So whenever you see me filming with him, you'll either see me lower on the ground, like the camera's down low, I'm down low, because it falls off the hook easy. Got to prepare for things like that. Urshi. Now I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new. Look at how cute he is. Love y'all. And as always, a massive shout out to my channel members: Jessica, Todd, Ralph, Damien, Tom, Ryan, Harper, Robyn, Austin, Deb. Love you all so much. I'll be back soon.